Hello, if you've just joined us, my name's Kay Brown. I'm from the Pet Talk People. You might not know me, but you do know the lovely lady by my side, the lovely Dr. Katrina Warren. Hello.
Hi, good to see you as always.
Long-time friends. I can't believe this is the first time I've met your wonderful Riley.
I know, my sweet boy, Riley, he's my rescue dog. He came through Golden Retriever Rescue and I've had him for, how long have I had you? Probably 2.5 years now?
He's just beautiful.
He is beautiful, very hairy. Sorry about that. You've made the fatal error of wearing black as well.
Yes, when you have non-shedding dogs like Bichons and Poodles, you forget about little things like that, like hair. And
Got nose hair, and it's my own fault. I was supposed to give him a big brush this morning and I didn't. He was rescued from a pound and someone had tied his 4 legs together. He was all skin and bones. He was so scrawny and flea-ridden and he couldn't walk because he had an awful wound in the bottom of his foot. And the first week I had him, I just fostered him. I became a foster failure.
yes, I'm a long-time regular foster failure, actually.
I was determined not to keep him because I wasn't ready yet for a dog. But that whole first week that I had him, he would just put his head on my lap and just stare at me, and his eyes were so black and almost soulless, but he'd just stare right through me, but his tail always wagged. And then with time, he's really softened up and he's so happy and life came back to his eyes and he's just been the most beautiful pet.
He just loves being loved, as do all our pets, I'm sure.
He sure does, and I think the rescue pets really do know they've been given a second chance.
Or third.
Or third.
Yep.
I mean, I kept him, and this is, a message for choosing the right pet for your family. What was really important to me was a dog that got on with my daughter, but also my Maine Coon cat who likes to rule the house. And tolerant fellow you are, aren't you? Sometimes too tolerant, but they're just a great trio, really, dog, cat, and kid.
How old is Riley now?
We don't know. I estimate he's probably about 6, maybe going 7. You can see he's getting a few little grey hairs around there as well, aren't you?
Well, he's certainly very sprightly. What do you put that down to?
He is sprightly. Look, he's on a good diet. I've also got him on the Rose Hip supplement, which seems to have done some great things for his joint health because he's jumping in and out of my car now, which is something he never used to do.
Really?
But I just give him, I'm lucky. I give him small, regular exercise, not high-impact exercise, because he does have slightly dodgy hips, and really good premium diet. And you're looking great. If you could have seen him a few years ago to where he is now, you would not recognise.
So what are the other things that you have to watch out for when we're talking about dogs with dodgy hips and things like arthritis?
I guess a lot of people don't realise that dogs get arthritis. In fact, it surprises people that dogs get all the conditions we get. Cancer, diabetes, the whole lot. Dogs do get most of the same conditions, and unfortunately a lot of our pets suffer in pain because they can't tell us. And people don't always notice there's slight change in their pet's behaviour that could indicate pain. One of the things sometimes is a pet might just be licking at a spot on their foot or their leg, and that could indicate that that area is hurting them, but people think, oh, they've got an itch.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to look out for. Slowing down, things like when they wake up, having a bit of trouble getting out of the bed.
Stretching.
Or the dog's not running up the stairs like it used to, or jumping in or out of the car. And sometimes it's only one of those things. It's not the whole lot. So people don't always get checked out by the vet. So, if you're concerned, any changes in your pet's behaviour, best to go to the vet.
Arthritis isn't necessarily automatically going to occur, but it's fairly common, isn't it?
It's really common. It's estimated 1 in 5 dogs will suffer from arthritis during their lifetime. Most of the dogs, but certainly not all, are older dogs or dogs that have been very active. A lot of the large breeds of dogs are prone to things like hip dysplasia. And also, some young dogs, puppies and, the fast-growing breeds can also suffer from arthritic changes at a really early age.
Well, we've had to, you've met our dog Matisse, lovely Matisse. He's met a lot of vets and they all say the same thing, just a little bit overweight.
Yes,
and
about
I noticed
that.
He's a bit achy.
About that. Look, it is really important. Again, people often think a couple of kilos on a dog isn't a problem, but if they're prone to arthritis, that extra weight puts extra pressure on their joints and it can exacerbate the whole thing. So we always say keep them at a very healthy, lean weight. A good way to tell if your pet is overweight is just run your fingers along the rib cage and you should be able to feel those ribs, Kate Brown. If you can't feel the ribs and there's a big layer of fat,
It's fur.
Yes.
I like to
But
say
see,
it's fur,
right-
but no, we are trying very hard. And yes, indeed, since talking to you about this rosehip stuff, I've put Matisse on that and he started bouncing around again.
Yeah, look, it's getting such a great response. It was only launched earlier this year. It's a natural supplement, so it's 100% plant-based, made from rose hips. So there's nothing, no animal product in it, and there's no additives. So it's getting a great response as it's an antioxidant and a natural anti-inflammatory.
That might explain his bounciness because he has got a sore shoulder at times, but he hasn't seemed to have had that just lately. So.
Yeah, and it usually takes about 3 or 4 weeks for people to notice the difference. And in the dogs that it has an effect in, it seems to have a really marked, they see marked improvements. And it's nice to go the holistic approach and give something that's natural.
Genuinely natural. I think some of the things that are around, perhaps they say they're natural, but they might have been once upon a time.
Yeah, no, there's nothing in it but pure rose hips, which are also a huge potent source of vitamin C.
Fantastic.
Vitamin C and antioxidants, so they're great. I do say to everybody though, make sure your vet diagnoses your problem, your vet assesses the degree of pain and what treatment options are available for you.
Okay, sounds great. Well, thank you very much for joining us and talking about arthritis and older pets. And hopefully we'll be able to grab you another time and have another chat on Pet Talk People.
That would be a pleasure, and I'll bring the hair roller next time.
Yes, I won't wear black. Well, I like black. Maybe I'll just have